There is a specific feeling, isn't there? You walk through the revolving doors, the air conditioning hits your face, and you smell that signature scent, fresh flowers and expensive soap. You drop your bags on the floor, look up at the high ceiling, and finally exhale. You've arrived. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Talk. I'm Emma.
And I'm Lauren. Today, we are checking in. We are talking about the hotel experience.
This is one of the most requested topics because, let's be honest, hotels can be intimidating. You are tired, you are in a new country, and suddenly you have to speak formal English with a stranger behind a desk.
It's the reservation anxiety, that moment of panic when you hand over your passport and wait for them to say, "I'm sorry, we don't have your name."
Stop! That is my nightmare. So today, we are going to walk you through every step, from that first nervous hello at the reception to the sadness of checking out.
We'll cover the vocabulary for booking, how to complain politely when things go wrong, and the secret rules of the breakfast buffet.
Let's start at the beginning, the booking. Lauren, when you book a hotel, what are the magic words you look for?
Free cancellation.
Of course, you are so practical.
You have to be. But seriously, the vocabulary here is tricky. People get confused between a twin room and a double room.
Yes, this is crucial. A double room means one big bed for two people. A twin room means two separate single beds.
I once made that mistake on a business trip with a colleague. We booked a double. It was awkward. We had to go back to the desk and ask for an upgrade.
That brings us to the view. I always look for ocean view or city view.
But you have to be careful with garden view. Sometimes garden view is code for parking lot view.
That is so true. So, you've booked the room. Now, fast forward, you are standing at the reception desk. The receptionist looks at you and says, "Checking in?"
This is where you need your phrases ready. You say, "Yes, I have a reservation," under the name, and then you say your last name.
And then comes the spelling test.
Always.
Unless your name is Smith, you will have to spell it. E-M-M-A.
And then they ask for the credit card for incidentals.
Whispering, the incidentals. That word always sounds so serious.
It just means if you raid the minibar and drink 5 tiny bottles of juice, they want to make sure you pay for it.
Speaking of the room, let's talk about the moment of truth. You get your key card, you go up the elevator, you find your door, you swipe the card. Beep, red light.
Groans. Every time. You swipe it again. Red light. You try it slowly. Red light.
And then you have to do the walk of shame back down to the lobby to tell them the key doesn't work.
But let's say it works. You open the door. What is the first thing you do?
I jump on the bed. I have to test the mattress. If it's too soft, I'm sad. If it's firm, I'm happy. What about you?
I check the bathroom. I want to know if there are towels, is there soap, is the shower complicated? Some hotel showers require a PhD in engineering to turn on.
You are turning the handle left, right, pulling it, and suddenly freezing water hits you in the face.
Exactly. But this leads to a serious part of English, complaining.
Oh, this is hard for a lot of learners. They don't want to be rude.
Right, but if the air conditioning is broken, you can't just suffer. You have to call the front desk.
So how do we do it politely? You don't scream, "Fix my AC."
No, you use softeners. You say, "I'm sorry to bother you, but there seems to be a problem with the air conditioning."
It seems to be. That is such a great phrase. It's not aggressive. It's diplomatic.
Or, would it be possible to check the Wi-Fi? I can't seem to connect.
Would it be possible? That is the golden key to hotel service. If you are polite, they will move mountains for you. If you are angry, they might accidentally forget your wake-up call.
Smiles, a valid warning. Now let's talk about the best part of hotel life, the amenities.
The pool, the gym.
I never use the gym. I pack my workout clothes, I look at them in the suitcase, and then I go to the pool.
But the most important amenity is the complimentary breakfast.
The buffet.
Lauren, there is a strategy to the hotel buffet. You don't just dive in, you have to do a lap first. You have to scout the location. Where is the omelet station? Where are the pastries?
I just go straight for the coffee. Is coffee included? That is the first question I ask the host.
And what time is breakfast served? You don't want to wake up at 10:05 a.m. and find out they closed at 10:30.
That is true heartbreak.
We should also mention the concierge.
The wizard of the hotel.
Yes, if you want to know where the locals eat, don't ask Google. Ask the concierge. Could you recommend a restaurant nearby that isn't too touristy?
That's a great question. Not too touristy. It shows you want the real experience.
Finally, the trip is over. It's time for checkout.
The saddest part. You pack your bags, you check under the bed for lost socks,
You go to the desk. I'd like to check out, please.
and then they ask, did you enjoy your stay?
And even if the shower was complicated and the view was a parking lot, I usually say, yes, it was lovely.
Because you are too polite.
Maybe. Then comes the bill. Would you like to put this on the card on file?
That's a useful phrase, the card on file. It means the one you gave them at the beginning.
One last tip before we go. Luggage storage.
Oh, vital. If your flight isn't until the evening, you don't want to drag your suitcase around the city.
So you ask, could I leave my bags here for a few hours?
And they give you a little ticket. Don't lose that ticket.
Please don't.
So, that is the hotel cycle, from do you have a reservation to have a safe flight.
It's really about confidence. If you know the phrases, check-in, amenities, card on file, you feel more in control.
Exactly. The hotel staff are there to help you. Don't be afraid to speak to them.
We hope this helps you on your next adventure, whether it's a luxury resort or a cozy little inn.
If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button. We have a lot more real-life English topics coming up.
And tell us in the comments, what is the first thing you do when you enter a hotel room? Do you jump on the bed or do you check the bathroom like Lauren?
I need to know I'm not the only one checking the towels.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Safe travels.